Here's a video discussing factoring worksheet number 3. Again, generally speaking, a trinomial takes on this form, or a quadratic, sorry, takes on this form, ax squared plus bx plus c. Now a is not going to be 1. It's going to be bigger than 1. Well, it can also be negative also, or a fraction, I suppose, but a is just does not equal 1. So you see here, like a is 3, or here a is 2 for number 2. So you're still going to do the same thing with the diamond, but now you're going to do a times c up top and b down below. And you got to find two numbers that multiply to a times c and add to b. So in this case, what multiplies to, what is a times c? It's going to be negative 15. So it might help to even write it out. A is 3, b is negative 2, and c is negative 5. And of course, b is negative 2. Now, what two numbers multiply negative 15 add to negative 2? Negative 115 always start with 1 in itself, and one that has to be negative because you have a negative product, or negative 3 and 5. But we see that if I reverse the signs, you can get 3 and negative 5. That would work out. So that's what we got for that one. Now, you don't do this. You can't say, oh, well, it's just p plus 3 times p minus 5. That's not true, because if I were to FOIL that, I get p squared negative 5p plus 3p minus 15. You don't want to confuse it with the situations when a equals 1, because it doesn't factor that easily. You have to do something a little more sophisticated. But see, that's not the same thing as what we get in the original expression. So you don't want to do that. Instead, what we do is we make a little box where I put my first term in the top left corner, 3p squared. Put my last term in the far right corner. And then these right here, this is called splitting the middle term. The middle term is negative 2p. It got split up as 3p and negative 5p. So you're going to put those split terms in the other two boxes. It doesn't matter which one you put where, but I'll put negative 3p here and negative 5p. And remember, this is splitting the middle terms. You got to have p's next to them as well. Now what you do is you figure out what you can factor from each row and each column. The first row, I see that there's a p in common. The second row, nothing's in common, so I put a 1. The first column, I see there's a 3p in common. And the last column, I see a negative 5p's in common. So now I could say that the final answer is p plus 1 times 3p minus 5. If I were to FOIL that, p times 3p is 3p squared. P times negative 5p is negative 5p. 1 times p is 3p. And 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. 3p squared minus 2p minus 5 is exactly again the original expression. So we're going to repeat this. So it's one extra thing you have to do with the box, essentially. So a times c, negative 18. B is 3. That's going to be 6 and negative 3. I think we've seen that before. So then what you do is you make a little box. You put 2n squared, negative 9, 6n, and negative 3n. What can you factor along each row? In this case, just an n, and a 3, a 2n, and a negative 3. n plus 3, 2n minus 3. Easy peasy. That's all you do. Let's try the last couple in this worksheet. Down below, let's look at 17, 18. So what you want to do here is that if you find common factors, we'll pull them out. We will for 18, but not for 17. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do my little diamond, negative 36 and 5. And I believe it's going to be negative 4 and 9. That's what we can. Again, if you're ever confused, do negative 1 and 36, negative 2 and 18. Just think linearly if you can. Negative 3 and 12, negative 4 and 9. Bingo. We hit it with negative 4 and 9. Then what you do is you do our box. You put the first term in the top left corner. In the lower left corner, sorry, lower right corner, you put the constant. In the split terms, negative 4n and 9n. What can I factor on the first row? 3n. The second row, you do see a 2 negative, so I'm going to pull out -2. And now I have 6n and -4n. If the first number close to the boundary is positive, keep it positive. So I'm going to put 2n. And I do see a -6, but I'm going to just pull out a 3 because 9 is positive. So it's 3n minus 2 and 9n minus 6. Sorry, wow, 2n plus 3, my bad. And that should work itself out. Lastly, for number 18. So you want to do here is that you do see a common factor. In fact, I believe 4 is common among all terms. So you do a little diamond, -100. Remember, put a times c and 15. It will actually be -5 and 20. Those two, and remember, if you're ever confused, you do -1 and 100, -2 and 50, -4 and 25, -5 and 20. Bingo, we hit it. Make a box. Put the first term in the top left corner. Remember, it's going to be 4b squared because we already pulled the 4 out. -25 is my last one, goes in the far or bottom right corner. Then I put -5b and 20b. What can I pull out? I can pull out 4b from the first row and a -5 from the second row. Pull out b from the first column and a 5 from the second column. 4b minus 5 and b plus 5. Bingo, we got it. And it works itself out. We're okay. And I can put 4 on the outside. All is good. And don't worry about the second page here because it's just repetitive stuff.